Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new update to familiars. Let's go. So with this update, the change for familiars is a little bit of a quality of life improvement. So what this will do is it will allow you to actually send your familiars to complete particular tasks for you while you're focusing on objectives in Diablo or outside of Diablo. So each familiar can be sent to do different tasks, or you can send several familiars to complete one task. The more familiars that you send to complete a task, the quicker it will take for that task to be completed. Now, to be able to send them, you need to navigate to Westmarch and head to Nizra, and she will tell you which familiars are available to use and which tasks can be completed. So you can see you have Shadow Contract, Accursed Towers, and Ibenfard's Sanctum. I don't know if eventually other tasks will be added to this, but this is what is available right now. So what we're going to do today is we're going to send the familiars to Ibenfard's Sanctum. And what this will do is when you click one familiar, you can see at the bottom left, it tells you that will take 6 hours to complete. If you send 2 familiars, it's 3 hours, and 3 familiars, it takes just 2 hours. So you can see at the bottom left there, it tells you the exact amount of time that it will take depending on how many familiars you're sending. So I believe if you send 4 familiars, it will actually take just 1 hour as well. So depending on how many familiars you've got, if you've got a whole bunch of them, then definitely send multiple so that it takes a lot less time to complete the task. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and let the familiars do this and then come back to see exactly what they gain from running this for us. So unfortunately, as I filmed this on my test build, I'm unable to show you exactly what this will look like when you get the familiar to run Shadow Contracts or Accursed Towers. However, I think it's going to take a huge weight off a lot of people with being able to send them for Shadow Contracts, as I know a lot of people find running these tedious every single day, especially if you keep getting the same contract over and over, normally if it's the one called the list.
2 hours later.
So it's actually been over 2 hours because I did log out of game and just crack on with some other stuff. But you can see there is now a little chest logo that comes up next to the familiar tab on the menu. So when you click on this, it will navigate you to Nizra. Unfortunately, I don't have the auto navigation unlocked on this barbarian. So we're going to just take a little stroll through Westmarch to get there and see exactly what our familiars have gained for us. Now, I believe they do only open the first 3 chests, so it's not going to be that much stuff, and there may be a little bit of scrap material from completing or defeating the mobs in Sanctum as well. Yeah, so actually they've just gained the 4 aspirant keys and then the materials for upgrading the legacy of the Haradrim as well. So you can see here there's 3 of one material and 2 of the other. So that is exactly what they've gained from completing Sanctum for me. And it might not seem very much, but obviously if you can get your familiar to run that on days when you don't have lots of time to play, it's kind of ideal. Or if you want them to run it so that you don't have to keep going in and defeating the mobs each time, I'm guessing the familiars probably do that part for you. So we're going to take a little look at the whole thing in a little bit more detail here. So at the top you've got the familiar sent and there's a little information logo next to it, and if you click on this it will bring up the familiar dispatch rules description. Familiars in the readiness tab can be sent by the player to complete 3 different types of missions: exploring the legacy of the Haradrim, purifying the accursed tower, and conspiracy, which is shadow tasks. Tasks that are being dispatched cannot be undone. Dispatching multiple familiars can speed up task completion, e.g. a task that takes 6 hours for a single familiar will take 3 hours for 2 familiars, 2 hours for 3 familiars, and 1.5 hours for 4 familiars. Legacy of the Haradrim limited to 1 time per day. Explore the Sanctum keys dropped by monsters and the rewards from free treasure chests. Familiars cannot be dispatched if a player has already opened a free chest or retrieved an aspirant key that day. After sending a familiar, players can still use aspirant keys to open the remaining chests, but monsters in the dungeon will no longer drop keys from the dungeon. Purify the accursed tower. Summons can be dispatched before the contribution chest is exhausted, and each contribution point can be obtained by 200 contribution points. The progress bar in the map interface provides a quick overview of the tower's contribution progress and the number of remaining contribution chests. After dispatching a familiar, players will still be able to participate in Accursed Tower purification on their own. So you can use your familiar to complete these tasks for you, or you can do these tasks yourself still. It's completely up to you. However, I think being able to send them to run Legacy of the Haradrim is a huge benefit, and also sending them to complete the plot quests for shadow tasks, that is also huge. It will take a lot of time out of people's days being able to send their familiars to do that. So that is it from me for this video. I hope you found this helpful, and as always, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.